G'day viewers, welcome back to the channel. It's Mel here with your host Poindexter, and occasionally Kaz will pop in to say g'day Kaz. Now, just before we get into part two, I think a couple of people I forgot to mention on the sticker exchange. One was Tom of No Drama, so hopefully it's no drama, Tom, that I forgot about you. And I didn't really show Jim from Slot Car Obsessions his sticker, which is, whoops, that one. Again, if I've missed anybody, let me know. Let's get into. Right, so in part two, we're doing this Carrera bridge. Now, these were released in 2015. You could also get what they call the Red Bull bridge, which looks like this. Now, the only drawback with the Red Bull one is, I haven't really checked the prices, but you don't get these flags like you do on the Carrera bridge, so I think you get ripped off. You can still get these. To be honest, you're going to be paying at least $100. That's with shipping if you want to get one of these nowadays. Unless you do what I did, which is I went to AliExpress. And, you know, I actually had it on my watch list for a while. Waited for the bargains, and then I got it for about $55, which is pretty good. And that's with the shipping included. So what the footbridge would have cost on eBay, I could get this from AliExpress. Now let's have a quick squiz at the instructions. Check it out. And here's a pic, of it put together as per normal. And let's show you what's going on with the mods. All right, this is the only video I'm going to do of the build because I don't want to bore you. I've installed two chip size cool white lights here, which I will then put white paint around it to help with the light reflection. Then you'll see that there's this guy, that one, and that one. Now, they're set up as floodlights. You see the grey stuff on it? That actually just fills the little gap on the LEDs. I'll show you if I can. See how there's a gap to make it look like a proper floodlight? Then I'm just going to paint them black, either a black paint pen, or I might just use the proper paint depending on what goes on easy. I find that a paint pen does a really great job, like I said. And then what I'll have to do is extend these cables up to this post here, which you'll see I've drilled holes. So that's where the cable's going to go through into that area there. Confused, are you? And see this big asshole here? What that's for is, I'll just show you the old fella here. So there's your female socket to plug your actual power supply in. Because this guy, so there you go, exactly the same setup, except because I've got a skirt on this guy, the cable's going to sit up hard against the edge. And yeah, so there's where I just put all the actual rectifiers, because I had some LEDs with rectifiers I just wanted to use up for this particular purpose. Where these ones are a mixed bag, either the 12 volt or the rectifier ones. So there's a couple of rectifiers in there for the chip ones. These guys are just purely 12 volt. And yeah, so like I was saying with the cable, runs up the edge there. If it looks like I can see it, which I doubt it, I'll paint it black. But yeah, I'll definitely paint some white paint around here just to help reflect the light a bit more. All right, I did forget to mention that this grey stuff is actually this stuff, Tamiya putty. Great stuff to use to patch up holes and stuff. And to glue everything in, this clear epoxy stuff you're looking at is Gorilla Epoxy Clear or Erudite Clear. I just choose which one's on special at Bunnings because it's not cheap. It's probably, if it's not on special, it's about 20 bucks a pop, which is a lot of money just for a freaking epoxy clear, to be honest. So yeah, I'll get this for about 15 bucks. All right, some reasons why I can't get projects done. Goose. Someone jumps up on me. All right, so here's the finished product. I've used some white enamel paint, like this stuff, to actually paint this. Now, all my joins, as you can see, that's where my joins are, and they're the rectifiers amongst all the other stuff. Now, I actually solder and then heat shrink. It is low voltage. You can just twist them together and use a bit of heat shrink, but me personally, I like to use the old method of to be sure. The cable was white, so I painted it black just to, again, sure to be sure. Sorry to all the Irish people out there. Now remember seeing this column here, or this plinth, with all the confusing holes? There is actually like a void area where it screws onto the base, so that's why there was a couple extra holes, just to get the cable into here so I could plug it in. As you can see, it's very tight. See if I can get it to focus properly. There you go. Very tight to plug into the female adapter for the transformer. But yeah, I use these on all my portable scenery pieces. All right, bridge is all done. I put a Carrera figure, just like the other footbridge, up here. This one actually had a hole in the hand. It is to grip something. So I just got a pin, you know, typical closed pin, cut the sharp end off and use that as a flag post for the fan of this channel. Now, another thing too is with the Carrera bridge, it comes with 3 flags, but it actually has 6 post holes. Technically it has 4 because the cool feature is they do provide 1 extra just in case you break one, which is well done, Carrera. But I harassed Johnny, and Johnny was come through with the goods. He made up some more flag posts for me, so then I can actually put in these fellas for a particular event coming up. The other thing I just want to quickly mention, the white flag post that John made up, the diameter for the peg hole, even though it's the same D-shaped, so I'd pick it up, there's the D-shaped, I'll just show you. So what I mean by a D-shaped peg hole, this one was actually a lot smaller diameter, so Johnny just had to shrink it down to make it work, so that came out Mickey Mouse. Another cool feature for the Carrera bridge, you'll see these little hooks here. What that's for is for catching, I wouldn't say catching, but clipping on the edge of your piece of track. So this is a shoulder piece, so you can see the lip. So it just goes and clips on like so. And what that means, it's hard to do when you're trying to hold the camera. See now, there you go. It's now clipped in, which is great. Holds the bridge in position. It won't slide around, especially if you've just got a temporary track. The only bad part is if your car comes off the track and clobbers it, your car's definitely your pride and joy is going to come off second best. Now I'll quickly flick this off. Before I flick it around, this billboard here, it's on the opposite side, it's just plain red, so it will come in handy if you decide to, no, you don't want to use the Carrera, you can flip it and then put one of your own stickers on. And then if you change your mind again in the future, you can always set up the Carrera again. But let's flip it over. All right, on the flip side, you can clearly see the post holes for the flags. I've got my U-Butte flags. Now, I've set them up exactly the same as I did on the footbridge. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go check out the footbridge and you'll know what I'm talking about with these. So put them in. The only other big difference is, I didn't point it out before, is my floodlights. I've made them actually sit further away from the bridge just to make sure it throws the light, because it's a big billboard, and also just to make sure it covers the flags. And the other thing that's different with this guy, I'll put the power jack here on this side instead of that side compared to the footbridge. And I use the black pen just to paint it so it doesn't actually stick out like dog's balls. And the last thing I forgot to mention, these posts, they screw on with 2 screws. And so you'll need a Phillips head. Let's see if I can, don't know if it's going to show in the light. Oh yeah, you can see one of the Phillips heads, the other one's down the bottom, a bit further down. That's the only difference. It's still very simple to put this thing together. Anyway, let's get to the track and see what the expert thinks of this bridge. So just like last time, exactly the same scenario. So I've got the local expert and professional driver, Kaz. So Kaz, say g'day, Kaz.
G'day, Kaz.
All right, Kaz, go for a spin and let's check out this new bridge. Oh, I missed the switch. Come back. We'll try that again, viewers. Woo! Look at that. I'm gonna kill the lights on the car, Kaz. All right, so these are 6 cool white lights. Now the billboard's got 2 on either side, and then you got the 2 lights like I showed previously. And you got the same scenario with the cars, with the 124 green machine here, 132 green machine here. I'll put up the other video now. So then everybody can compare it and see if you think it's lighter, or sorry, brighter, or same as the footbridge. So let's take a closer look. All right, so we've got it back up on the kitchen bench just to give you a better look like the footbridge. Now, remember I said about the clips, they clip onto the track like I showed you before. And you can see plenty of room for the trucks and 132s. Kaz, can you just take out the truck and we'll just chuck in the 124 again just to show how much clearance we've got. Now, you can see the footbridge in the background. Now, check the car up, Pooh. Thank you. So yeah, look at that. Plenty of room. Just to give you a better idea now for the Scale Electric fans out there, everybody who's very familiar with the Dunlop bridge that Scale Electric makes, if you can just chuck it in front for us, Kaz. Look at that. Look at the difference in size, maybe even scale. The Carrera slightly poops all over the Dunlop, doesn't it, Kaz?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, with the trucks, we actually can't have this on when the truck's going around. Plus, just to get a better idea, we'll show you what the difference is between the other truck, the footbridge. So there's your footbridge. Footbridge is technically higher, but one thing that the footbridge can't do is, Kaz, can you pass me that piece of guardrail? You could actually have a guardrail run, oops, sorry, get my hands in the way. You can get the guardrail right through. No dramas. Plus, all right, you could almost get away with a 4-laner. The 124s, yeah, it's going to be very, sorry, get my hand out of the way. It will literally just almost grab it on the wing. Trucks, that's definitely, you got shafted on the trucks. But just for your general 2-laner, no dramas. So, Kaz, which one do you prefer? Carrera bridge or Carrera footbridge?
Footbridge.
I prefer the footbridge. Why is that?
Because it's a footbridge.
But that's a footbridge.
You can't. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it doesn't have steps.
Yeah, but it's you know, whatever. But you know what I mean? Oh, okay, so me personally, this thing costs the same price as what this would cost. That was $55. That would be $55 normally. With shipping, just over $55 for the whole thing. If I was buying the footbridge for the same price, I'd say this is better value for money myself personally.
It looks good.
So you reckon it looks better than?
But
Yeah.
how did he get up there?
What do you mean? How? Oh, you walked up.
How?
Yeah.
It's too steep.
Look, viewers.
No.
Kaz reckons that's too steep. Do you reckon someone would be able to walk up that?
No.
I reckon that's pretty steep. Anyway, so we're locked at one for the footbridge, one for the Carrera bridge. In the comments, viewers, tell us which one you prefer. And with that, I'd just like to say, Kaz, say goodbye to the viewers, Kaz.
Goodbye to the viewers, Kaz.
See yous.